Millwall will go on to face Swindon in the League One playoff final after the Robins saw off Charlton at the Valley last night. They took a 2-1 lead South London in a contest that went right down to the wire. Clem saw the drama unfold.
Danny Ward!
How are you all feeling? It's
confident, yeah.
We are confident.
But you haven't wasted too many chances last Friday?
No, we'll score tonight, definitely.
If they play well tonight, I'll be happy, so long as they don't gift anything.
Nice. We're finishing, can't remember how many years ago, 7th in the Premier League we finished. Now look, it's a bit sad to see this club go down.
It's a bit like the government, really. Got to cut the budget to fit the club, you know, it's a bit difficult. But I'm positive. You are? Yes, I hope it goes to penalties.
Do you?
Oh, what?
You hope it goes to penalties?
We want good value for money. Christ, what's that? It's 2.5 hours of football. What?
Nurse!
No.
Nurse!
Who's going up?
Swindon! Swindon!
So, Charlton hoping for the chance to secure an instant return to the Championship. Swindon after a decade's absence. Your commentator here at the Valley is John Rhoda.
Murray Borrowdale will take the throw for Charlton. And it'll just be claimed by Lucas. Now he might have picked up a shoulder injury here, the Swindon Town goalkeeper. As the ball was headed on. It's the way he falls, really, the goalkeeper, rather than any blame attached to any other player. You can see him there coming over the top. So Lucas has to go off injured, and on comes Phil Smith in his place. I'm sure as he was sitting on the bench as the match kicked off, he never envisaged that he'd be coming on within a couple of minutes of the game getting underway. Reed will go for goal himself, and it was a slightly awkward one for Smith to deal with. Might just have seen this late, the substitute goalkeeper, with a couple of defenders in front of him. Borrowdale with it. Smith flapped at it, and it's gone in! Charlton Athletic lead on the night, and they are back on level terms on aggregate. It's an own goal by Ferry. Smith couldn't reach it, and it was turned into his own net by Ferry. An extraordinary own goal. Pressure from Christian Daly. Well, he couldn't have hooked that better into his net had he tried. Calamity for Swindon, delight for Charlton. Semedo. Borrowdale forward, and will look for the return pass as well, and gets it from Kyle Reid, and returns the favour. Reid has broken clear here now, able to pull it back. It's a wonderful goal for Charlton Athletic. Dave Mooney makes it 2-0 at the Valley. Terrific build-up on this near side. Borrowdale and Reid. Reid just shrugging off the attentions there of Derby. And it was a lovely ball back straight into the path of David Mooney. And the man on loan from Reading may very well have fired Charlton Athletic to Wembley. Charlton lead by 2-0 and by 3-2 on aggregate. Greer, a little bit of space to work in. Ferry. McGovern's calling for it on that far side. Derby was closed down and dispossessed. Swindon have it back there with Greer. Delicate little lob over the top. It's towards Charlie Austin! Randolph with the save. And it was Greer's little ball over the top. Austin taking it away from the defender. But Randolph out quickly. Burton. Oh, that's a high foot. Could be a yellow card. Greer. It's a red card. Gordon Greer is dismissed. This is the challenge. It's a high ball. The follow-through catching Burton. And the night has just got an awful lot worse for Swindon. 2-0 down on the evening, 3-2 down on aggregate, now one man down. Bailey, options left and right for the Charlton captain, just away by O'Brien. McGovern, racing forward, John Paul McGovern. It's a determined run. Did he lose his footing? He probably did. Oh, it's been turned in! Danny Ward! A really messy goal, but Swindon won't care about that at all. Confusion in defence, and Danny Ward pounced. Unbelievable, as far as the Swindon fans are concerned. McGovern with the run forward. He loses his footing there. Everybody seemed to stop. It's a goal for Swindon. The all-important goal for Swindon. Is there a moment to take a team to Wembley? Is that a foul? Llera pulling back Austin. It is! Llera's off. We're level at 3-3 overall, and we are level now at 10 men apiece. Miguel Llera is dismissed. Charlie Austin looking to go past the defender here. Well, there's hand on the shoulders there of Austin, but does Llera pull him back? Given away by Douglas. Racon gets his first touch. That's a terrific ball through the middle. Forster. It's Nicky Forster. Pass two, looking to place it. Smith with the save, and Swindon scramble it clear. The ball through from Racon. Forster onto it in a flash. Away from two defenders. The bottom corner was the target. Smith across though. Good strong wrists to push it away. Racon, Richardson still outside him. Comes off Derby. Throw in taken quickly. Terry Racon. Looking to place it! Smith pushes it over. Smith making the save, and it was a good save as well. Borrowdale. Able to recover his footing. Richardson! Off the outside of the post. The ball fell nicely there for Fraser Richardson, and he struck it superbly. It flew past Smith, fortunately for Swindon, away off the upright. We're going to penalties to determine which of these two teams goes to Wembley. Burton up against Phil Smith. That's a terrific penalty. Huge relief for Charlton Athletic. McGovern, 1-1. Not the cleanest of penalties. Nicky Bailey steps forward then for Charlton. The captain up against Smith. And Bailey's put it wide! Strikes it firm, strikes it hard, strikes it off target. When you want a man to put your team in front in a penalty shootout, Charlie Austin would be that man for Swindon. Can he put Swindon 2-1 up? Yes, he can! (2-1) to Swindon. Forster. Terrific penalty. Kevin Amankwa. Can he maintain Swindon's advantage in the shootout? He does! Randolph's got a hand to it, and just for a moment, Charlton supporters may have thought that Randolph had made a save. Christian Daly, 36 years old. That's a very good penalty indeed. Danny Ward, a young man on loan from Bolton. He scored in the last 4 matches for Swindon. This to make it 4-3. Phil Parkinson's team have to score this penalty. Fraser Richardson to keep Charlton's dreams alive. Well, he's done that. 4 out of 5 for Charlton Athletic, but it's 4 out of 4 for Swindon Town. If Swindon score this penalty kick, they are through to the Wembley final. Derby. Swindon are going to Wembley. Stephen Derby with the winning penalty. Swindon Town successful with all 5 of their spot kicks. And Swindon Town go through to the League One playoff final.
Oh, it's fantastic, as you can see what it means to the lads and to the fans. It's great, but you know, we've got to remember we've still got 1 more game to go, and it's going to be tough, but you know, we're going to be confident going into that game.
So you start this season playing for Poole Town, 5 divisions below the Football League, and your last game is going to be at Wembley Stadium, playing for a place in the Championship.
Mad, I was just joking around with the boys. I just said first game of the season I played against New Milton, won 1-0, didn't even score, about 200 people, and now knowing May the 29th we're going to Wembley, unbelievable.
And we said at half time, you know, just get a goal. Don't think about 2, just get 1 and just see what happens. And that's what we did. And I think, like I say, as the game went on and they were sending off from their point of view, marginal, I don't know. But it did level it up, and after that it could have been anybody. You know, anybody could have won the game. It was just in the lap of the gods, really.
You must be absolutely drained.
Well, I don't think I'd be drained if we'd gone through, but it's just that feeling of defeat right at the death is, I've never been in a quiet dressing room. The dressing room's absolutely distraught.
Nicky Bailey in particular?
Yeah, I mean, he's inconsolable, Nick, but what can I say to him? You know, he's won as many games this season. Without him, we probably wouldn't have got in this position. He's been an inspirational leader in all his time at the club, and it's cruel. But someone's going to be the fall guy. Obviously, you don't want it to be one of your own players.
Yeah, tough night for Nicky Bailey, who's a lifelong Charlton fan incidentally, but very well done to Swindon. They're off to Wembley, and Pete, who would have guessed it after that opening day hammering at the hands of Gillingham?
Yeah, and obviously you look at that hammering they got, and obviously Norwich getting beat at home 7 as well, and in the first game of the season. But full credit to them. You know, Danny Wilson's done an exceptional job there. He's got a good young squad together. In Austin Payne's up front, he's got the goals, but full marks for him. What a wonderful achievement.
Agony for Charlton, looking to get out of that division at the first time of trying. But they went from being in total control to throwing it at the key moment of the game.
Well, absolutely. I mean, first half there was only 1 team in it. Charlton, you know, took full control. It was almost like Swindon were waiting to get beaten in this game. You know, particularly after Greer gets sent off, and rightly so. I mean, you know, he can win the ball here without following through. It's the follow through reason why he gets sent off, and I think he knows that. That's a straight red. But now they're 2-0 up and cruising, and all of a sudden you get Borrowdale and Randolph. Confusion, no one takes control of the situation, and Danny Ward nips in, puts it through the legs, and they're back in it, Swindon, and the game really did ebb and flow now then. And of course, just to even things up, Llera brings Austin down, and rightly so. There is a covering defender, Christian Daly, but he's not going to get across in time, as you can see. and all of a sudden the game is in the melting pot, and that's the way it panned out. After the first half, it was very much a case of Swindon assumed control, then Charlton did. You've got to say Charlton, having said the way that they played the first half, if they carried on in that manner, they would be sitting with a place at Wembley.
So it went down to dreaded penalties, and staggeringly, Swindon's 4th shootout of the season. This was a key moment for Nicky Bailey. It's a huge shame because he's had a terrific season for Charlton.
He's had a terrific season, and what a way to end the season. A major penalty. Missed like in that manner. He went for power, but he didn't get the direction on the penalty.
And Stephen Darby.
Yeah, I mean, young lad from
Liverpool,
and cool as a cucumber. There were one or two that I was at the game. I raised my eyebrows at one or two. I think they were down to a right back on their 3rd penalty, and I'm thinking, good grief, it's not a good sign.
Yeah.
But they all took control of the situation.
Right, so let's put you on the spot, but I get a feeling I know what you're going to say.
Well, I said from the start,
Millwall v
I'm
Swindon.
not changing my mind. I said Millwall will be too strong in this, and that's the way it's proven. I you know, no disrespect, and Swindon, you know, have got goals in them. They've got a threat. There's no doubt about that. But I just think Millwall are experienced at this level, and I just think that physically they're stronger, and I just think that they will do it this time.
Well, you think there'll be plenty of goals with the strikers on show. So what do you think, Pete?
I agree with Steve. Is that I think obviously Swindon will have goals in them, but they're strong defensively, and I think they'll be favourites to win it.
Yeah, should be a cracking game, that's for sure. Well, let's hear from some pretty rejoiceful Millwall fans and from Swindon fans at that matter. So, Lizzie, what can you tell us?
Yeah, loads of Swindon fans have been in touch. And just one more Huddersfield fan, Jake's been in touch. We reckon the others are probably still on the M1, but let's talk about Swindon. Lloyd says, it finally got rid of the ghosts from 5 years ago. Moley says, Danny Wilson has instilled a completely new mentality in the Swindon team. Bazza says, it's all so different from 12 months ago. A magical time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tom says, through real adversity, we have one game between us and the Championship. Come on, you Reds. Sharon says, I can't wait to take my children to Wembley. Dave says, Millwall beware, we will not be intimidated. But clearly, lots of Charlton fans very upset. Paul says, Ian says, gutted about last night. So many chances we didn't put away. James says, I've never felt more depressed in my life. Penalties are such a cruel way to go out. Nervy times ahead at the Valley. A lot of you worried about keeping your players next season. No grudges against Nicky Bailey, though. Paul says, if we can keep Bailey, we should be up there again next season. Matt says, I still can't believe this time 5 years ago we were in the Premier League. And Ashley says, we should have won, but good luck to Swindon. I hope they beat Millwall. Finally, an anonymous texter has this for Charlton or Huddersfield fans. He says, try being a Reading fan. We've never won a playoff final. Good luck to all the Millwall and Swindon fans. I think it's going to be a brilliant final.